Luca ran down the corridor waving his rainbow flag. Is there a law against that? I mean, it's not like he was draping the Confederate flag over the hood of his truck and flying people down the student parking lot, right? I don't understand why I'm here, really. Okay, I could work on improving my classroom discipline. He should not have run out of the room screaming, "I'm gay!" at the top of his lungs. I get that. It wasn't even passing period. But there's something about that sophomore poetry presentation that I run in the spring after we finish Virginia Woolf that just seems to unlock closets. Are we still allowed to talk about closets? Like for trans kids, do they come out of closets? I'm not up on the current lingo. I don't know anything anymore. I know we've got another few teacher half-day trainings coming up. I will try to keep up. I just want to have a nice classroom. That's all. And every year I think I make a nice classroom. And kids open up to me about all sorts of things. And most of them do it quietly. Problems at home, fights with their friends, and more over the past few years about their sexuality and their identity. But quietly, like Sarah. But the rainbow flag, that was Luca. He's just loud. Gay or not, he's loud. Obnoxious, even. I will have a word with him. Sometimes he can be a bit too much. But I can't make him be quiet any more than I could make him straight. I mean, Luca marches to his own entire rhythm section. I know. It seems to happen every year now. A student comes out in my class, even 2 years ago, online, just logged on, outed herself right on the Zoom. And the entire gallery applauded, and the sound of clapping out of sync with all their Zoom laggy hands just cheering on. The look on her face. You see, kids are more compassionate than they were when I was 16. You know, we've taught them not to bully, and they don't so much. I mean, I know it happens. There's always going to be a bad egg. Or, am I still allowed to say that? Yes, I'm sorry, I'm going off subject. I just really don't understand why I'm here. No, I don't see why it always happens in my classroom. No one else seems to have this problem? I don't understand what the parents are complaining about. I mean, Luca, that is one thing. But Sarah wants to be a writer. She wants to write like Woolf. What am I teaching? I teach the program. I teach literature. I suppose something in the Virginia Woolf unit got her thinking, made her think. Sarah particularly liked a room of one's own, and the idea that and I quote, "It is fatal for anyone who writes to think of their sex. It is fatal to be man or woman, pure and simple. One must be man womanly or woman manly. Anything written with that conscious bias is doomed to death." But it's in the context of writing. I teach literature. Sarah wants to write. Is that what the parents are complaining about? Are we banning Virginia Woolf now? Is that where this is headed? If you like, I can take you through the entire lesson. Basically, okay, out of context, it does not make much sense. I understand, but I have been teaching this the entire time I've worked here for years. It never used to happen. They never used to come out in front of everyone. So brave. It all started a few years ago when that boy was beaten on the corner. If I'd been looking out the window instead of teaching that day, I would have seen the whole thing. I felt just horrible. I could have stopped it. But those bigger kids can be cruel. I understand the quiet ones. I was one of the quiet ones. Silent, really, for so long. We are so much more than just one little thing, man or woman, male, female. Don't you understand? We are defined by more than just our sexuality. And if not, great, great. How wonderful to be defined as you. But we're so much more than just the sum of our parts, don't you think? The androgynous mind is resonant and porous in that it transmits emotion without impediment, that it is creative, incandescent, and undivided. That's Sarah. That's someone who wants to write. And if she or he or they want to be a writer, then all I can say is that I have done my job.